Hey folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Railway Empire. This is a early pre-release version. Everything's still subject to change, but we're having a lot of fun with it here. We are playing in California. We started with the 1891 scenario here, and I am going to go and hook up the sugar over here to Sacramento, because, yeah, I didn't realize these cities wanted sugar directly, even. I thought that was only if they had a brewery or something, so we've got more goods we can bring in here. I don't think I want to put anything else on track 2. I think I like the idea of reserving track 2 really for the Reading-Sacramento line, which will probably get upgraded, or, I mean, there'll probably be more than one train that runs on this later on, but I don't know if Reading's big enough or has enough of its industry being fed to make it worthwhile. But yeah, we'll go ahead and bring the sugar over here. Just one little industry over here, so the smallest little train station will be fine. And I think I will sort of aim it that way, because it's going to have to come in sort of like something like that. I think would be the best way to handle this track. So I'll just have it come in on this track right over here, and we clearly have to dramatically alter this path, so it's going to be fairly incliney, unfortunately. Ooh, let me get rid of that. So 139, 129. We can make the bridge a little smaller, but then the incline's really going to be rough, and it's already pretty rough. I think I might just have to accept this. Costs be damned.
You have connected some farms to your rail network.
I did, yes. We have 5 rural businesses connected to our railway now, and we're working on more freight, and hopefully San Francisco will start to grow soon. We'll see how that goes. Let's get a new train. Oi. Dreamliners have a huge value going on. And they started with an edge, so I guess it's not a surprise. So we'll add a locomotive. Again, I'll use a Columbia. It's a little bit more expensive, but it does handle these grades a lot better. And I will also encourage you, when you're at here, I want you to grab 8 carloads worth of sugar before you start moving. Save and exit. I mean, it already started moving. That's okay. Someone who's using a newspaper, a reporter to spam bad things about my business. Very rude. So Sacramento is growing now. There you go. You see that upwards green tick? It is growing because... what do I want to click on? Oh, I want to click on... Hello. Oh!
A little competition creates
I didn't realize it was in
business.
the build mood.
So my new
because it's being satisfied across the board. It doesn't quite have its grain, doesn't have its logs, but it is being satisfied, so it is going to grow. If we can get logging sent directly there, that would be better. I don't suppose, if I buy you... Can I upgrade you? I don't know.
What are you going to do with that?
I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, I can upgrade it.
To your money.
Because right now we're having a lot of times, this train's spending a lot of time waiting here. So we are going to upgrade it, and in fact, I'm going to upgrade it again to get a lot more carloads. Oh, it actually clears all these areas. Look at that. Deforestation. Hooray. So it's going to produce... Oh man, we can keep upgrading it, but I'm going to hold off for now. It's going to produce a lot more wood, which is good, because Reading wants it, and hopefully there'll be enough spare wood in Reading. Actually, there's quite a lot of logs waiting here. Pause a sec. This train here, what are you bringing? Passengers, beer, mail. I think we need a second train from Reading to Sacramento. Now, we will have to work out some siding stuff to do that, which is okay. Let's go and do that. I like how it snaps, and it's got that double rail icon as well. Very nice to work with. I don't... Should I just double rail it the whole way, or like most of the way? It's going to be expensive, but it sure as heck would let us get a lot more traffic out here. And you know what? We don't just want double trains coming through from Reading. We also want... We're also going to want to run rail on this and everything. And another supply tower halfway through, which also gives some implicit signals, which is nice to subdivide the track and allow more trains to use it appropriately. And then we're going to put some signals on here. So, tell you what, I'm just going to cancel a sec. Let the train go. There you go. I don't know if it would cause an issue, but I felt like it was probably a good idea to let it chill out. So we don't need signals all the way along. We can subdivide the track with signals, but you can also do it with the supply towers. So we'll see how it goes. You are going that way, and you are going that way. So now these are side-by-side tracks. And yeah, we probably want to subdivide over here. The signals are free, so we may as well. Again, they don't actually have to be one-way signals here, but I guess we may as well. Because what happens is the trains will only go... They'll only be allowed past the signal if the next block is free. And these signals let you create more blocks, so it's less likely that trains will get sort of stuck on each other over here. So let's make sure that train is still moving, and I haven't confused it with anything, but it seems to be all right. So I want a second train going from Reading to Sacramento. Reading's growing very quickly here. I'll set up a new train, add locomotive. Tell you what, use the Columbia. I'm going to set up Sacramento to Reading. And I'm going to tell you that you're freight only. And I'm going to tell this one, which is using the NYC American, I'm going to tell it that it's express goods only. Not only that, I will give it a dining car and a mail car. That's locked in there. Yeah, good. Good. So it's going to be ideal for express type stuff. We'll keep an eye on it and make sure. I think it may have dumped some cargo, I just realized. Still, I think that's going to be okay. I mean, we could have it specialized to be only passenger or only mail. Like, here the mail car's not helping us. But I think that's probably fine. Okay, you're just refueling there. Which isn't the ideal place to have this, actually. Because it can really... Yeah, you know what we're going to do? Can I... How do I guess I just bulldoze you. Yes. I do still want a refueling thing near here, but yeah, I'm going to go and put it on the double track, say around here. So that way, a train that is refueling at the supply stop doesn't block everything. Now, this one is only here for freight, so the beer's probably not worth as much, but it's still really valuable to ship this. I mean, we might make some money, but more importantly, Sacramento has a specific demand for beer. Now, it's got some already, but yeah, we'll keep going. And we might want to get a third train, maybe not a third train between Sacramento and San Francisco, because... Oh, that's funny. It's because I clicked on a signal, which is not what I wanted to do. Because it's not actually full, but I guess if it's not full, it's not bringing freight either, so that's okay. Random breakdown, we can deal with that. We have some money. Ooh, we have some inventions ready to go. Let's go. Increase ticket price for passengers. Yes. What is this one? Transported mail price. That's okay. Although what I think I'm going to do is I will quickly unlock the PRR D12.
How sweet. You have a new toy.
I do have a new toy. Sacramento is growing. How about San Francisco? Still not really, and we do have a goal to grow this. Okay, logging and grain and beer. We may have to get some trains that are very explicitly going from, say, Reading to San Francisco. And I don't know if that's going to cause issues here. I think we can do it. It might be a little slow, but let's do it. So Reading to San Francisco. Oh, we literally can't. Hold on. We literally can't. That's right. Because the Reading line comes in here. Or no, sorry. It comes in here. So we need to merge it up, which is, I guess, fine. I could just do this. Am I happy with this? I think so. I think so. Now, these trains here, I need to make sure when they're in Sacramento that they use track number 1. I guess they're set up, they can technically use either one. They just use whatever's most convenient. I'm going to force them to use track number 1. Excellent. And the other train, there's a way to click on a track and just see all the trains that use it, but I can also just spot you right over here. And same thing. I'm going to say when you're in Sacramento, only use track number 1. Thank you very much. Because then I should be able to run a line from Reading to San Francisco. Yes, you're quite happy about that. You'll go through there. There might be a little traffic jam, but I think we can make it deal. I'm going to make this one... Okay, let's take a look at this PRR. It just looks like a slightly more powerful version than the Columbia. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to buy one of these. And tell it you're only going to be freight. And the reason I want it to be freight is because this is how we're going to grow San Francisco. Yeah, it's currently going to lose money. But that's okay. Oh, this train is waiting for that one, which is fine. 93 miles an hour. If we get this baby up to 88 miles an hour, you're going to see some serious stuff. I may want to get a passenger train as well, like an express train from Reddit. Reddit, yes. Ooh, another conductor. Absolutely, let's hire you. And I think I will. Now, this might cause us some traffic problems, and we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, we're going to go and get a express goods only train. And we can just use the NYC American for that. And we can give it the conductor for more passenger money, which is good. Cattle car. I would love to unlock that, actually. Save us some tech points as well if we win the auction. Do I want a stoker in this one? No, it's okay. I don't think it matters where the stoker necessarily is. Do I have it right now? No. I'm gonna try to buy. I'm gonna try to win this auction because I want to save some tech points.
Did you bring your big wallet with you?
I did bring my big wallet with me. Okay.
I've built a new factory right next to your station. You
All
are
right.
cordially invited to the opening ceremony.
Thank you. So I've got no warnings that anything is stuck waiting at a stop, which is good. We can take a look at this list as well. We'll see little alerts. That's just the one that's waiting for a full load. That's not really an alert, so I'm not too concerned. Same thing here. But I do need to set up this grain over here and compete for that. I might even want to, like, I don't know, buy it so that I can upgrade it. It's a definite possibility. So in this one here, it's still waiting for some loads. I don't think it's worth upgrading right now. 13 stations. Good God. Okay. Inventions. Can't get this to train. We could get this train, the Atlantic. We could get the mail transport things. 10% more power to our trains. I think that's worth getting. Deal with these brutal inclines in this area. Less maintenance is nice. It's interesting because we could just go and skip the Rogers 10-wheeler and go through this area over here for these trains, which is a possibility. I may as well get this, at the very least. And maybe I'll get the Rogers 10-wheeler because it is cheap to go up that route. Alright, let's go and set up over here. If we can. Let's set up this way, actually. Or... there we go. That looks good.
I'd prefer it if you built your stations elsewhere.
Uh-huh. I'm also going to start on an auction for this, after all. Ooh, that is expensive. It's just level 1, though. It might self-upgrade, I'm not sure. Well, let's worry about that later. So, do I actually want to do this? No, I really want it to run parallel. Like, your job's going to be to, like, merge in right here. Say as far this way as possible. And not charge us $1.6 million for it. Can we do that? I know. Bridges everywhere. You're just going to have to deal with the fact that there's going to be some rough inclines on this. Get rid of this giant tunnel. And another giant tunnel. Or maybe... maybe there's no avoiding that one, actually. Where's that? Is it this track point? If I delete that, then we get a tunnel over here. It's back to being very, very, very expensive. But I can move you over this way, get you a little bit more affordable. Okay, 10% incline. Man, that's a lot of tunnelage. That is so much money just to get some grain. I'm not convinced that I'm doing the right thing. But let's do it.
Your tracks have reached a length that will impress your competitors.
I don't think my competitors are very easily impressed. So Reed Manor to Reading. At Reed Manor, you're going to make sure to get a full load. Although, maybe we want to make the train lighter, but I think that's going to be okay. Clearly, we want the train with the most power, which is going to be that. All right. Whoo! Oh, and you still need some supply towers along the way so that you can get your sand back for some traction. And we want a supply tower. I mean, and I want one kind of here. It also doubles as a signal, so it's a perfectly fine place to do it. Although, technically, if the train's leaving and stops there, it might block some of this track, which isn't ideal, but should be okay. You're just loading, right? Oh, you're being serviced, so you're okay. We got a surveyor. What are you? Office application. 5% discount to routes. Yeah, that's worth hiring that. I like the office personnel, too, because they're, like, very consistent bonuses. So you're waiting there. So I guess my other train does have a full load of grain, which is really nice to see. And Reading definitely needs grain. Cleared area near Tucson. This logging area over here, which... Is it even being serviced? Let me pause for a second. No, it's a million miles away. No, I don't need it. We can hire a new engineer, though, which is max speed increase. That would be very nice on one of our express trains. Do we know which one that might be? Maybe this one? I think this one. Boom. We could steal the Stoker from Zoran. Oh, yeah, it's just the reliability one. That's going to be okay. And the security guard is fine, because that's mostly a freight booster. All right. High speed on our express. Sounds like it makes sense. I mean, I suppose I could have just tunneled through here. Maybe that would have been way better. It just seems like a lot of mountain to tunnel through. Friendly demeanor. More passengers. These trains are getting a lot of value. Who are you? Yeah, not you. This is the Reading San Francisco, which already has that. Oh, right here. Is this one the express only? Or it's automatic, but it's mostly running a lot of express. Let's tell you what. Let me give you the this carefree person as well. Excellent. Okay. So that's going. So our cities should grow.
Competition can't do any harm, right?
Oh, are you coming
How
into one of my cities?
sweet. You have a new toy.
All right. Quarterly revenue from freight is soon. San Francisco isn't growing yet, but we'll see what we can do. Why do we have an exclamation mark over here? What's your deal? Slow due to missing equipment. Oh, you probably don't have access to a supply tower. So let's get you one there. Okay, that'll have to do. What's the other train with the alert here? Oh, that's you? What's you then? Oh, you just random breakdown. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Now, you're just waiting for... I think you're just waiting for a load right now. I think that's why it's being a little twitchy. New applicant, yes. A professor of... Oh! Wait. Oh, it costs us a little bit of money, but gives us... Or it costs us a little bit of research, but gives us a ton of money. I think we're going to go for it. I think that's going to be worthwhile. Yeah, you're still just waiting for a load. You're fine. New technology giant joins market. Market leader enters alliance. General Electric Company. Ooh, a couple of electric companies.
Has already had a positive impact on your balance sheet.
Boom. We got the freight goal. That's great. San Francisco is growing now. We are getting it some stuff. We may still need to get a direct logging route over here. Well, no. Hopefully you're getting some from Reading. Reading's got lots of logs. Hopefully it's going to be delivered from here to San Francisco from time to time. Yeah, you're the express. You're delivering just raw meat. Oh, no, meat. That's right. Not cattle to Reading, which is good. Reading does want that. That's coming from San Francisco. And we'll just see what it picks up. It might still just be a bunch of beer, We could force it to bring logs as well, though. And we might need to. I mean, San Francisco still has a desire for beer, so it's still okay. It does want logs. I don't know. Now, for my next mission, I'm very, very, very tempted to get a route down to Los Angeles. So where are they talking about competition? You're already here. Already here. Oh! Oh, they came into Reading. A little concerned about that. I think we're going to run a route connecting San Francisco to LA. And I think we're going to use the... We're going to upgrade San Francisco. And we're going to use a dedicated... In fact, I think the fourth platform over here. Run it down along the coast, which should be relatively flat, and go to LA. And I'm willing to bet we have enough money to make this work right now. Coal... No, I'm nowhere near that area. That's not LA. LA is down here. So, we can just build a small station for now. I'm going to build it back to back with this one so that I can grow it. You know, something like that should be fine.
A train station in my city? Do you realize what that means?
Yeah, deal with it, buddy. So, we're going to run all the way up to the fourth platform here. And then I'm going to say, hey, we want to go... There we go. Just dart around that thing. That's going to be okay. Right along the coast, probably relatively flat. I mean, there's a 4% incline there. But I think it's mostly going to be okay. I'm going to try to avoid too many expensive tunnels. Which right now is not sort of working out. Oh, there's a big cliffside here. And then here's the Tunnel of Doom. Let me start from the other side here. Because we might actually be able to generate something a little bit more intelligent. If we say, listen, we want to end up somewhere over here. Okay, we're down to 1.2 now. Can we avoid a bit of a bridge here? There you go, 1%, 2%. We're at 1 million. That includes a giant tunnel here. Now, this tunnel, unless we want to go all the way along the coast here, it feels like this tunnel might be a little hard to avoid. Well, that's not bad. 1%, 2%. I mean, curves do slow down trains, but... $1, 2%. We're now down to 500,000. It's fairly curvy. We still have a bit of an aggressive incline here, and that's despite the tunnel. No, definitely not. All right, let's do this. All right, 600,000 single track. We're not going to double track the whole way. That's pretty obvious. But I bet you we're going to have a lot of sidings going forward. So I will pay for that and build it.
Doesn't my new factory look simply marvelous?
Well, congratulations on your factory. We're going to get started with a pair of trains. LA, you're going to be express goods only to San Francisco. And you will... Ooh, this is fast and not as powerful. The Rogers 10-wheeler is very good for express. So I will use you for that. We've got an unused conductor here with no task. Sure, the maintenance and that was the engineer. The conductor over here with no task. We'll get you some of that. Oh, they don't get along with each other. I did not notice that. Let's do this so they don't disagree. And we'll start with that. I'm going to build a second train. Now, they will interfere with each other. Oh, train is what I want. And we're going to go with this one here, which is slower. And we've got a couple of unused people here. But no task. Oh, and you get along. That's wonderful. And although that's... Which one is this? Speed... Mail. So, you know what? It's fine. Well, fine. Even though we're setting this one up as a freight only. We'll figure out the details, but it's going to be okay. That's if they have freight to transfer between each other, which I can't be 100% sure, but probably? Although they have exactly the same baseline business. You know what? I'm just going to set this one to automatic. That's going to be okay. Now, they aren't going to be able to go because they're going to be blocking each other right now. But that's all right because we're going to put in some sidings. Again, we're not going to double lane the whole way. But we're at least going to make it so that these trains can pass one another. Oops, did I not? I did not. Let me trash that. Oops, I did not do that very well at all. Let me get... that's not the button I wanted to hit at all. Sorry about this. Where was I? Down over here. So I can subdivide this if I put down, say, some signals here. So I can just delete the BART I'm interested in, or not interested in. Done, done. Delete. Oh, it's didn't demolish the whole thing still? What if I put down a supply tower? Now I'm sure you won't. Okay. So it still deleted some stuff, but that's fine. Yeah, I guess the signals are free, so they're okay. So let me start, actually, from here, sliding that way, and connect up. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you very much. And we're going to put a one-way signal this way. And there. And you know what? I'll cut this in half, because we might end up with a lot of trains on here, and they'll get some benefit from that. So that by itself is enough that we can run 2 trains, although there's still going to be a lot of crazy stopping. So we're going to build a few more of these little sidings. Probably worth putting another one over here. There. To there. Purchase that. We'll put a supply tower in the middle as a way to subdivide that and let them reload themselves. And signal, signal. We don't actually need one on both sides, but it breaks up the track nicely.
A little competition creates business, so my new station won't do any harm.
More people are moving into my turf. I don't know if we're going to be able to, like... Well, we don't actually need to beat these people, is the thing. We have certain goals. We don't actually have to end up being, like, the most valuable one. We don't have to buy out anyone, although we have to own, like, 20% stock in a couple of people. So, it might be okay. I don't like being behind like this. But what can you do? We might have to let this stretch be solo, which is a little less than ideal. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to double track to here, including a little bit of the bridge. It's a little more expensive, but not that much. I don't think you get charged the whole price for the bridge. Because, yeah, there's a discount for parallel tracks over here. So it's actually not so bad. We'll want another supply tower in general. I'll put it there, and then a couple of signals. You're going to go here. Oops. Here and here. Here and here. All right. Now, we do have a mission to eventually connect Portland to San Diego. So this is going to help us because we've got our north-south track working. We can actually drop down to San Diego now. And I don't see why we wouldn't. It's not going to be that expensive. Let's go ahead and upgrade our station by 1. Oh, we will want a maintenance station here because that's a long trip back and forth. And I'm going to just build a small station in San Diego for now. Again, it'll almost certainly be upgraded, but that's okay.
You want to take care of this city now?
That's right. In direct competition with you here, buddy. Yeah, that's acceptable and no inclined. Man, it's nice to be in a flat area. Holy cow. So we'll set up a new rail line. It's just LA to SD. Boom. I'm sure no one ever calls it SD, but there you go. I'll just run the 10-wheeler on this one. I think that's going to be fine. And actually, I will get... I'll put in a bill on that. LA to San Francisco. I'm going to steal
suddenly wants to work for me either.
one of these.
A little bit of competition never hurt anybody.
And here. I'm going to steal that from the slightly more freight-oriented one. Dreamliner's worth 23 million. We should take a look at the auction setup.
Rien ne va plus. No more bets, sweetie.
Where's our company view? More 7 million. Yeah, Beatrix von Pomp. We might have to, like, directly go after her with sabotage and things like that to compete. Now, is that one of the ones I'm going to have to buy out part of it? Yeah, it is. I'm going to have to own 20% of her at some point. I might want to start buying up Jonathan Johnson's shares, although I think we've got better things to do with our money right now. We also have some things to do with our tech. Could unlock the Atlantic. Mail. What is this one? Less maintenance might be good. More power. Again, I'm worried with all the inclines we're dealing with. I'm going to go for more power over here. I think that's going to be well worth the investment. Well worth it. So, Los Angeles to San Diego train. Going to go back and forth. It helps connect more mail and more passengers to your entire network as well. You're probably mostly going to do a lot of express. We may go, especially as you get a little more factories. These are all, they all have meat factories. You know, there is cattle over here. I've got money. Let's go ahead. I'm actually in the middle of the large station here. Can I get... No, I can't get too much, but I may as well future-proof for the cotton. It's a little bit more money, but it's hardly the end of the world. And then we're going to run from here into the back of San Diego. Maybe avoid that. Well, that incline is brutal. Let's see here. Interestingly enough, this tunnel's not that expensive for the length. I think I'm going to do it. We're going to buy a new train, set up a rail line from White Manor down to San Diego. At White Manor, we are going to insist that you have a full carload, if at all possible. And we're going to add a new locomotive, and it's going to be the one with the most traction power. There we go. So you're going to deliver cattle over here, which will make meat, which will also get delivered to LA. I strongly suspect we're going to do fairly well off with a pair of trains between these two. So I will get one little siding going on here. Like that. And we actually don't even have a supply tower between these two stations, so that seems like a good place to put it. And I'm so happy to have discovered that I can like set these signals up properly, like when I click them down instead of having to click them afterwards, because God knows my hand is shaky enough, my mouse accuracy skills are really poor. So there we go. Random breakdown. Okay, well, that could be worse. So, new train. San Diego, LA, automatic, and you can just get the 10-wheeler. That's going to be fine, because there's no incline, so you're going to do all right. There you go. You got a full load of stuff. I think that's going to service each other very well. Meanwhile, somewhere... Oh, no, you can't actually go places. You're going to be a little stuck. Well, there's a couple of solutions for this. And one thing, you don't have any supply towers on the route, so I'm going to do this, which will help subdivide the track, and that should allow you to use that stop. I might actually change you to use a different spot at some point, but there you go. Now you can start moving. Sorry about that, Mr. Train. Because now what it's going to do, it's going to come all the way up over here, and then at some point when this track is clear, like now, it'll actually pull into it. But they can wait here, and we might want a little signal or something over here on the other side, but that's going to, I think we're going to be all right. So you're just, yeah, so you're just going to have to wait here until this train gets past there. Well, she started a little sooner than I thought, but in any case, the deliveries are working, so now you're going to get meat over here. Is there any reason we might want to purchase this meat industry? What is this, that like value increase or utilization? Let's go ahead and start a bid on that. Apply new bid. And we'll recruit a mediator. No, I want this one. Oh, 800? May have to bow out. I don't know how profitable businesses are. You know, like, we can take a look at the company and, you know, look at our ledger and
Look at it
find
like
different
this.
incomes and things
At
like
least
that.
you're in the paper. And with a photo, too. Ah, sometimes you draw the short straw.
What is this? Increase the transportation fee per freight car. Let's do that. Oh, speaking of which... Ooh.
A
Newspaper
little investment
people.
in your company's
Fake news!
stocks can't harm anyone,
You're all the way down to
can it?
here? That's rude. Okay, Sacramento has grown. San Francisco has also grown. Both of these want fruit and veg? Fruit and veg. Excellent. So we're going to go and set up for that. This is going to be a big moneymaker. In fact, I'm going to want to purchase these businesses for upgrades. That was pretty expensive, but let's start this.
Let's see whether I can teach this employee some discipline and order.
All right. Farm near Sacramento. Oh, is this a new auction? Because that's the one I started. Yeah, okay. Didn't realize something else was going on. We are going to hire the inventor.
Congratulations. But there's probably a reason why no one else placed a bid.
Yeah, because they don't realize it's about to get hooked up and make tons of money, so meh. Come on. Blackmail. Received a blackmail letter. If you do not immediately pay blah, one of your wood companies will be sabotaged. I'm going to do it because I really need that wood to keep going, but that is kind of sucky.
Anyone, can it?
You won? No wonder. Nobody wanted to fight.
Uh-huh. I know they didn't, but that's their problem. So, you're connected to two businesses. I'm just going to build that one. It's got 2 stops. We might actually build 2 trains. We might have one specifically going to Sacramento. And I think we can. And then another one specifically going to San Francisco. So if I get you to come in, say, oops, over here. Wow! Okay, well, we're going to have to adjust this. Let's get rid of that. I mean, unavoidably, it's going to be mostly uphill. There's really not anything we can do about it. I can tweak the incline to be a little bit less brutal this way, which I guess we're going to do. We still have a lot of bridges. It's fairly expensive, but not too bad. We're going to do that. We got an achievement for bridging the gap. That's probably a, wow, this bridge is very expensive kind of thing. I will pre-build the other one. You know what? Can we come in right over here? Well, we can, but do we want to? What's the best way to bring this into San Francisco? What about right here? How come I can't? Oh, because the bridge is in the way. Hold on. That's no good. Let's start from here. That should be okay. And you are going to the second stop at Mason Estates. Alright, we don't have quite enough money for this, but that's because it's trying to build the world's most insane bridge. If I get you to scooch around kind of behind these guys, like that, you can save a little bit of money. Maybe I should run parallel there, I don't know. That is still a ridiculous bridge. There we go. Much cheaper. Yeah, there's a brutal incline. But hopefully we'll be okay, especially once we get the refrigerated stuff. So, train from here to Sacramento. Add locomotive. It's going to need a lot of locomotion power. We do have a conductor available. But you're just the more money for mail thing, so we're not going to do that. We're going to again build a second train, which is going to be Mason Estate to San Francisco. And I should have specified, no matter what, we always need a full load. I'll have to do the same thing to the other train. And same thing, you're going to have the most power. And if we unpause for a sec, you, right over here, adjust your route at Mason Estates. You absolutely have to have the maximum amount. Now, if we notice the trains are having to wait here, Flagstaff, we have no money left. If we notice the trains are having to wait here, we will start to upgrade
Don't worry.
these businesses.
Your employees won't miss a thing with me. Promise.
And it's possible these source businesses never make us any money. It's just the fact that we can upgrade them. But I'm going to want to be able to upgrade them. Now, I don't care about a headhunter. What's this auction for? Oh yeah, something I don't care about. And you're waiting because why? Because this one is leaving that way. And we could probably use a couple of extra signals on the way out here. To do a little subdivision to help this stuff move a little bit better. Livestock near San Francisco. That's too expensive. Too rich for my blood. Now, I could have these guys use slightly different tracks here, or stations.
An exquisite
Oh, you're trying to go to
investment
Reading.
opportunity that I'm not going to waste.
I see. Who's personnel? That's conductor we already have. A headhunter. We can poach an employee. I don't care about that. We can get some more technology. Which one is this one? Increase reliability by 20%. You know what? I think that's well worth the purchase. So that we have fewer breakdowns and fewer stops. Alright, take a look at our tasks. We've got this. San Francisco is growing, which is good. Connecting people, well, as our population grows, is going to be okay. The direct connection between Portland and San Diego we'll have to do at some point. Mark a crier will promote the possibility of your trains and increase mailer passenger volume by 50%. I don't think we need more passenger volume right now. I think we're basically capped on that, which actually might just be a sign that we need more trains. So we're full on passengers just going San Francisco to Sacramento. So let's set up another rail line. Now, whether or not we can actually handle the load on our kind of wonkily designed, routing system, I don't know. We'll just use the 10-wheeler because it's fairly flat. We will use this conductor over here for the income. That's going to be fine. And waiting for the track to clear. So there's a little bit of a bottleneck here, but I don't think it lasts very long. I think it's actually mostly okay. I'm still a little concerned about this side, and that was really that Reading train.
Oh dear, there seems to be a little problem.
And mostly,
with one of
I don't
your
like the fact that
locomotives.
we have to drive through the station to get to, yeah, it's probably worth taking the money, giving up innovation points. Can we upgrade any of these towns? We can. For example, I can build a university here to give us more tech points in Sacramento. Boom. I think that's a good idea. What are you complaining about? Just breakdown? That's fine. More share purchases, which isn't ideal. What about San Francisco? I can't build anything there. There is a tailor here now, though. Now, it is owned by one of my opponents. Another weaving factory here. If we can get... Okay, so you need cloth. And you need cotton. Is that being delivered? Not yet. Hang on a sec. We might be able to get cotton over here, because there is a cotton farm here that we could maybe get to Sacramento. It's a little tricky. But we could run it around behind Sacramento. We've got a little pickup there. Just as a test, if I were to build a track that goes to, say, here. Now, obviously, we need to route this differently. And some more. Yeah, so we get a bit of a rough incline. It's not the most expensive, and we all of a sudden can start shipping a lot of stuff and probably let those towns grow a lot. It'll be good for her business, but we might just have to accept that. put you out here. So you're going to connect from there to the backside of Sacramento. Oops. If we tunnel, the incline gets a lot worse, or a lot better, but obviously it gets very expensive very fast. Well, let's put a pin here, and then, yeah, because it's also assuming we're going to tunnel the rest of the way, which is obvious nonsense. Now we're talking about a 400 grand route, and that's not so bad. %, here, and we can use a more powerful freight engine. I think this is going to be okay. We're going to do that. We're going to set up a new route, which goes from the Johnson Preserve to Sacramento. We're going to make sure that we always leave with a full carload. I think that's a good idea. We can say okay over here. Locomotive is going to be a nice, powerful
Lots of trains
one.
are already running under your name.
Oh, 20 trains I think we just did, which is lovely. And we're going to need some supply towers for both actual supply purposes, and we'll use that as a way to put a little divider in there. Now, maybe this isn't the best and most cost-efficient way to run all these bad boys, but I think that's going to be all right. Excellent. So, now 103 miles an hour on one of our trains. I think it was one of ours. Okay. So we're going to get cotton delivered there. It's going to make cloth, and then the Sacramento to San Francisco route is going to bring the cloth to here to make dresses, and presumably they're going to go back. Okay, we've got some more points. Which one is this one? Less maintenance. I might hold back on the maintenance for a bit and save up some points for some more impressive stuff. We could unlock the Atlantic with money, which would be nice. I would like that very much. Get an engineer here. Get a market crier for our passengers. We're going to hold off. I'll put another bid in for this train design. Breakdown because of weather, but I think that's okay. And you are waiting for another train. Oh, because of the thin tunnel here.
Are you sure you're not biting off a little bit more than you can chew?
Hang on. This is... We might have to tell some of these guys to use a slightly different track here in Sacramento. Yeah, why don't you use track number 1 instead? Because I think 2's too busy. Because, yeah, this one was stuck waiting for something else.
A little competition creates business, so my new station won't do any harm.
I think that's going to be better. It would be nice to have a system where we could have trains like route automatically to whatever's empty, but they don't do that. They really like sort of preset a preference for things. So you got a little bit of bottlenecking here, but it's not the worst. Rather than have you wait there, I think I'm going to have... I'll just put a supply tower, because... Oh, I can't there. But can I put signals on here? Yes, I can. Good. I don't actually need the one-way, but I may as well. We're going to do that, which will subdivide this, which will allow this train to get up on the bridge, clear up this other route here. There we go. And that'll probably be better. Okay. What's for auction here? Weaving factory in Reading. Would be nice, but it's too expensive. Well, I think we're going to put a cut in here, but I think what we're also going to do is we're going to track construct. Say around there. We may have to move it. Let me trash this. What if I have to start from the other side? Right here, there's the tiniest little area. Yeah, I don't know if we've got enough room for it. I was going to just try to get an extra track going on here for the San Francisco stuff. So which one's this one? Sacramento to Reading. And Reading comes in where? That's this one over here. So track 2 is just being, or platform 2 is being overly utilized. And we may want to do something about that. Livestock near Tucson. We'll hold off on that. Okay, we got some more tech. We're going to lock something. What's this bell? Increase the top speed of your train on bends. That's nice. Transporting mail money is good. Reduce the cost of new locomotives. That's also nice, but also we might just want to go to like a better locomotive in general. Well, you know what? Actually, no, I want ventilated freight cars is what I want because we can increase the money of these crops over here. We should also at some point take a look at our trains and make sure everyone's turning a profit. You are... what? Just break down? Okay. Everything as far as I know is mostly flowing and our value is going up. And we are accomplishing more tasks. We've got 5 years to create the direct connection between Portland and San Diego. We have San Diego. We might just want to start working our way up to Portland, actually, as our next thing. Especially since Blue over here has got an awful lot of tracks laid out. And it might be really hard to run it. I can see ourselves making a direct run from, say, Reading to Portland, just to get it connected up. Like we take this station here. Is that not my station? Oh, that's her station. My station here. Okay, already has a free track, which isn't being used. Just out of curiosity, how much are we looking at here for like a direct shot up here? A couple million, you know, is very doable, and we can probably save money by manually tweaking the route. I mean, there's going to be a lot of bridges above her train tracks, but that's not too shabby. All right, well, we're going to put a cut in here because this episode's gone way too long. Next time, we work on connecting our way up to Portland. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.